All right, guys, let them out.
This is our 4th trip now where we've taken somebody fishing.
Louisiana is a place I've been wanting to check out for a long time.
Strike, reel.
Get a phone call after work saying you're the winner.
Point at wine. I tell people all the time, Venice isn't part of the United States.
Ooh, boy, that's a big
blow
one.
Up back there.
That's a nice one. Oh, look at that fish. Oh, sharks.
My name is Ali Hussainy. I grew up in Southern California and now operate the largest sport fishing website in the world.
Just another day at the office.
My office, not yours. I'm Rush Maltz. I got you. What you seeing? Florida Keys native and career fishing guide for the past 20 years. When I come out to California, you can let me catch all the 300-pound tunas.
Our passion is our profession, and we know there's more to fishing than just the catch.
We explore the people, places, and species that make up the culture of fishing.
We're in a blue AFTCO. About 5 or 6 years ago, took our first trip up to Prince Edward Island. Probably some of the most exciting fishing you can ever imagine. 1,000-pound tunas blowing up right next to the boat, and all the stuff you've seen on Facebook and the internet is essentially true. It's an amazing fishery. Once we went up there and saw it for ourselves, we knew this was something that we wanted to share with more people. We hatched a plan to do a contest built around this awesome fishery and give somebody truly the trip of a lifetime. We've met a few different guys that we still talk to all the time now. Our first winner was Micheal Medina. He was just blown away, couldn't believe he'd won the trip. Our second winner was Gilbert Salcedo.
I've been a member of Bloody Decks for roughly about a year.
Yeah. And then last year we had Avo.
Ollie gives me a call and says, "Hey Avo, what's up? This is Ollie from Bloody Decks." And he says, "Guess what? You're going to PEI." And I could not believe the words out of his mouth.
Got him on a couple of absolute demons. Unfortunately, that ended in heartbreak. This is our 4th trip now where we've taken somebody fishing. This year we've got Andrew.
How's it going?
Hey, Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Pleasure.
Have you traveled anywhere to fish?
To fish, other than like the Sierras.
That's it?
Yeah.
You're gonna see some stuff.
Get a phone call after work saying you're the winner.
The same response we get every year. Get the f***, he screams into the phone.
Louisiana is a place I've been wanting to check out for a long time. Kept wanting to plan a trip out here, but for one reason or the other, it never came together.
About a half hour, 45 minutes south, the scenery changes completely. Now you're in the bayou. Initially the contest was the race to PEI, and fortunately at the time, PEI was on fire. Just like every fishery, things go in cycles, and PEI was red hot. So we did a few years there, and then we started to think, well, where's the next spot? Where's the next awesome fishery? And that led us to where we're at now, Venice, Louisiana. It was really easy for us to choose Venice because of our relationship with Eric Newman and his wife, Mo. We've known them for a lot of years now. In fact, on our first trip that we did the race to PEI, Eric tagged along with us. Eric used to work for the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries here in Louisiana, and it was that I think prompted us to make, Louisiana the next location.
Sunday out here. We're coming down, we're gonna hit Northeast Pass, which is smaller than this, and Southeast Pass for a minute, and then we're gonna be right in the Gulf. And then on that shoreline right there is where we'll be casting it for the pogies.
You are absolutely at the end of the road for the Gulf Coast. This is where the Mississippi enters the Delta, and there's nothing there.
Is that water chilly?
Rush isn't good at a lot of things, but there's one thing he is definitely good at, and it's throwing that freaking cast net. So bait was tough the first morning, and we got our home run hitter in the lineup.
Everybody's got different skill sets. You come from the Keys, you know how to throw a cast net. Up here in Louisiana, they throw the cast nets, but it's always nice to have 2 people up there double teaming the bait when you're throwing the net. Is it worth it just to set up and just keep blind throwing, maybe just get lucky? The faster you can catch bait, the faster you're gonna make it to the fishing grounds. This big hole, we're not used to this. Your fingers get in there.
They're already making excuses.
Don't make me put you up here.
And this is how Rush starts literally every single day he goes to work. And he doesn't have a mate, so he's got like his clients a lot of times driving the boat. But it's a lot of work, man. He pulls that anchor sometimes 10 times in a day.
As soon as we stepped on the boat, Rush like, what do I need to do? You know, tell me what's going on. Because you can tell, not just the charter captain, but a guy who fishes a lot, who has a boat, you can tell when they step on your boat, they know the responsibilities and the time it takes to get things ready, and they are always the first to lend a helping hand.
When I get on somebody else's boat, I want to learn their program. I'm not going to step in there and say, this is how I do it, or we should do it this way. I totally want to learn their program. Man, look at the size of that thing.
Did anybody bring any cocktail sauce?
Having Rush on the boat, he's a really nice guy. He wants to help out. He was really cool about how he's like, you know, this is what we do, but he lets you do your thing.
That's Florida 5, Louisiana 0.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Andros Boatworks. Adventure never ends. The Florida Keys and Key West come as you are. And bdoutdoors.com.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in outboards. A choice. Now with the Evinrude E-Tech G2, you can choose unrivaled performance, superior fuel economy, and the cleanest combustion outboard on the planet. Choose from hundreds of color combinations to perfectly match your boat. And choose 5 years or 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Experience the power of choice at ChooseYourEtech.com.
Reel down to the water until it's rip and drag.
I tell people all the time, you know, Venice isn't part of the United States. You come down here and it's just so different, it's unbelievable.
The biggest ones I've seen alive are like that.
Okay.
Yeah, at nighttime doing overnighters.
We've caught them up to like 60, 70 pounds in Mexico. We catch a lot of tuna down in Mexico, and I've had friends ask me, you know, why would you want to go to Venice and just catch more tuna? For me, there's one reason. Those tuna down here have got the giant Allison fins on them. I don't know what it is, but I want to catch one of those big ones.
Just in the last 3 years or so, I've gone into offshore fishing, especially the last 2 years with the bite being so good in San Diego.
So the big goal for Andrew coming down was just not so much, you know, I want to put him on fish, but that just applies the pressure, but just to show him, you know, our runs, our fisheries, our marsh.
I'm gonna throw him out, come here, and start feeding him out. Starting from right there.
One of the most awesome parts about giving these trips away is bringing a new guy to an area that's really unique.
Tell me when.
Lock it up, point at him. No, don't swing. Free spool, free spool.
It was about that big.
Tuna, okay. Yeah, you don't ever swing on that circle. Point it at him, throw it in gear, and then keep it pointed at him, wind. Once you come tight, then you can lift it up.
You want me to go short again, Eric?
Yes, sir, that sounds great, thank you. Let's get 2 nice little fresh crickets.
Rush and Ali and Mo and Eric, they all taught me a little something different.
Let them eat it. All right, strike, reel. All right.
Mo and Eric definitely, you know, they're a little more serious about the fishing because, I mean, that's what they do for a living.
We got to get you your first Louisiana tuna, brother, all right?
Break the ice for us, buddy.
You know it, man. Andrew, you like eating yellowfin? So I do a little sashimi tonight?
Corner
Way to
of
go,
the mouth.
buddy.
Give me a little slimy 5, dog. Good job. First Louisiana yellowfin.
I was expecting a longer run to catch tuna. Before, we've always run 50, 60 at least.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of nice to have it that
as you
close.
can see, the blue water's pushed in here on the shelf.
Yeah, water's beautiful. So like a lot of sports, fishing has a lot of its own unique traditions. And in the case of tuna fishermen, I think everybody knows this one. When you catch your first tuna, there's gonna be somebody on that boat that makes you eat the heart.
Look at it.
Still beating?
Hey, Russ, look at that.
Just eat it like that?
Just take a little bite out of it. There you go.
And in this case, Andrew caught tuna before, but he never caught a Venice tuna.
Not the best tasting sashimi, but
Congratulations.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, put them out.
All right, Rush, we're going long, bro.
Rush long, Eric short. Ali, just sit there. You look good.
Put a couple out there and throw a few out for chum. We call them freebies. Let a few freebies out there. The tunas and stuff start coming up and blowing up on the freebies. You got 2 baits out there sitting in the middle of the freebies. Boom, sure enough, fish on.
Ooh, boy, that's a big
blow
one.
up back there.
That's a nice one. Yeah, you saw that one? That was a good fish. That fish is close to 100.
That's a bite. Point it, wind. There? That's a home size one. We got to get you a Louisiana size. Look how big the sickle fins are on that little fish.
I know, I was looking at.
Isn't that crazy?
Good work, guys, good work.
Andrew, check out the finlets on this guy. Look how he's turning them. Aren't those cool?
You got a lively one. Now, why do they call him the yellowfin?
I have no idea, Rush. I'm about to get my butt kicked by a yellowfin.
What are you doing to that fish? As the day goes on, we're fishing, catching these tunas, and the life just keeps building and building.
They're rolling all in these birds. It's like a school of them right underneath there.
Oh yeah, look at him.
Yeah, the little mahi.
This is what's so cool about this place. We're sitting here staring at tunas, you know? All right.
There he is.
I love catching these things.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They're so much fun. I mean,
they're
they
fun and
jump,
they're
they
beautiful.
eat. They're like the ultimate game fish,
Yeah.
you know? Do they move those rigs out here mostly assembled, Eric, or do they build them on the spot?
What's really cool to a lot of people, which we kind of don't notice because we're born and raised here, is fishing next to these big, giant oil rigs. I mean, they're crazy. They're like a little mini city.
Here you're fishing next to the legs of a rig, and those rig legs, as you might imagine, are covered in coral, in oysters, in mussels, pretty much everything sharp you could ever imagine. If you were to run your hand across one of those legs, it'll shred you. That's a little one. I mean, some of the deep water ones, or the floaters, are enormous.
It is just a big, giant reef that holds basically every kind of species and tons of bait for the tuna to key in on.
Diving these rigs out here, it's amazing. It's a whole nother world of life down there.
The whole time fishing around the rigs, coming from a diving background, all I could think about was what it's like to be in the water.
BDOutdoors.com is your one-stop source for all things fishing, boating, and outdoors. Stay dialed in with current fishing reports, breaking news, and our extensive library of how-to tips. You'll learn about rigging, fish cleaning, boat maintenance. We have recipes for seafood and game, cutting-edge videos, and gear giveaway contests. It's all free at BDOutdoors.com.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
Local knowledge is brought to you by Mustad Hooks, defining fishing hooks since 1877. AFTCO, the American Fishing Tackle Company. Costa, see what's out there. And by Casa Vieja Lodge, experience 5-star angling in tropical Guatemala.
The other reason I like to travel and catch fish that I catch somewhere else is I get to learn. You know, everybody does things a little bit different. You'll see that these guys fish a ton down here. They have their techniques, we have our techniques. It's awesome to share, compare and contrast. And I don't think that there's a trip down here where I haven't learned a new trick that I've been able to take home and apply.
Basically, when you set up on one of these rigs, you're gonna figure out which way the current's running, set up with your bow into the current, set out a couple baits on the riggers.
There he is.
Strike, reel.
Everything just livens up. All of it, you know, A few Dorados swim up, the tunas, white marlin comes tailing by the boat.
I didn't see him. I'm totally missed him. Man, I like this. I get to catch some fish.
See how it works? Bad news is we don't tip very well.
And you take the fish.
Exactly. It's a win-win for us. Dude, I tell people all the time, I think it's better than Panama. I think it's better than Mexico. You don't have the giant pelagics. I mean, you got the makos and good marlin, but the tunas. But I mean, the variety and there's nowhere like it.
So what are we gonna do with this guy? Is he coming home with us tonight?
Let's keep this one.
Obviously, you're catching tuna fish. Well, the predatory fish who like to eat the tuna fish, the marlin, the sharks, they start showing up. First, it starts off with 1 or 2 sharks, 3 or 4. Next thing you know, there's 15 hammerheads behind the boat, chirped up, chasing these pogies around we keep throwing out.
Oh, look at that fish. What is that?
Oh, it's a shark.
Oh, it's sharks.
2 sharks, 2 hammerheads. Hooked up. All right, air pulling.
I think it's the hammerhead. Come fight your hammerhead.
No, I'm looking at a hammerhead.
There were 2 of them though, weren't there?
Yeah, there was.
Come fight a hammerhead, buddy.
Yeah.
I've caught plenty of them. This is all you.
I only see 1 right now.
I think one of them's over here hanging out with Andrew.
You got another 100, 200 yards, don't worry, buddy. Just think, Ali did this 3 weeks ago or a month ago for 6 hours.
He's coming past Texas now, you're fine. It's getting closer with every turn.
Out there on the waters here in Louisiana, I mean, there's so much life. Fishing for tuna, throwing some baits back, and you get boils on your baits, and then next thing you know, there's 12, 15 hammerhead sharks.
The past few years have been unbelievable for you.
What happened?
Pull the hook right there.
Are you kidding me? That's a little nicer fish.
One thing I did notice about Louisiana offshore fishing, it's not for the fair-hearted. If you get seasick, if you don't like big waves, if you don't like big seas, it might not be the place for you. But the great thing about this place, it offers a whole inshore fishery that is world-class. It's like the Keys. There's always something to do in Louisiana.
This place is made for redfish. For a lot of anglers, especially anglers that travel, catching a big redfish, and even more so catching a big redfish on the fly, is a lifetime achievement.
So I've never redfished before at all. This is my first time redfishing, even being here. So give me a little rundown on what we're gonna do.
All right, so we're gonna use, I think we have like artificial shrimp. And we're gonna try one just kind of casting and then working it in off the bottom, and then I'm gonna put one on a popping cork.
Okay.
And so I think they're scented also. So you're gonna hit their 2 sensories, either smell, and then the popping corks we use have like these metal balls and beads where every time you pop it, it rattles. And since we're in semi-murky water, which is kind of clean right now.
Semi-murky?
One of the funniest things about fishing down here is fishing with Mo. We've sort of watched Mo over the years go from like wide-eyed schoolgirl to legitimate badass. That girl can fish.
The first thing I noticed about Mo, and it's kind of when I realized she was the real deal, Mo was searching for knowledge. She is a sponge for knowledge, and all she wants to do is fish and learn.
Because inshore, you're chasing bull reds, like sight casting them, fly fishing for them. Offshore, the big tuna are in behind the shrimp boats. You got your cobia in, triple tail. I think something's trying to tell me that it's my turn to make a big push in the women's fishing.
One of the things about our operation at Journey South is having Mo as a female full-time captain. We get a lot of calls where the guys want to bring their wife or they want to get their daughter involved in the sport. And I mean, let's be honest, for them, it's a lot less intimidating having a female as a captain. She really wants to be a positive figure in the female fishing world.
As close as you're gonna get to a sure thing for catching billfish is Casa Vieja Lodge.
They're here, man. This has been a 20-year run, buddy. These things haven't left, there's no cycle.
When it comes to sail fishing, this is the real deal.
The amount of sailfish here is ridiculous. We're just getting started. We lost a day getting ready to go. Besides the offshore fishing, you know, the other real reason to come here is the inshore fishing. The redfish, the trout, the flounder fishing's insane, but redfish really steals the show.
We were out fishing for some redfish and sea trout, throwing the popper with a little shrimp jig on it.
There he is.
Yeah, we got one.
Go, Andrew. Good job, buddy.
Come here.
First redfish.
And he's feisty. I guess it's not the big monsters we're after, but
it's something. Pretty little fish.
all right, let's take bets. How big you think he is? Your first Louisiana redfish.
Length? Say 18.
17, 18.
18 inches. All right, so I'm gonna take one little scale off, run it right along his dorsal fin, pull it. And so what I do, I'll take that length, write it down, take my GPS coordinates, and then I fill out this card and I send it into the Louisiana tagging program. When he's recaptured, the person will hopefully release him and tell me the length where they caught it, and just keep the cycle going.
So the more we could do to find out about the science and keep the fishery healthy, you know, the longer it's going to be around. All right, we caught a redfish. Pew!
Monkey's off our back.
You know, you hear the term Southern hospitality a lot. You get down here and you immediately, you know, really feel what it means. These people welcome you into what's their home. They're gonna cook for you, they're gonna take care of you. Oh, you forgot something, they're gonna help you out. Anything you need, start to finish, these guys are gonna take care of you, they're gonna make you feel like family, and they're gonna make sure you have an awesome time.
To me, when you come down, you know, it's not the 5-star, we gotta sit down and eat at certain times. It's having Eric cook up good meals and showing them, you know, what good Southern cuisine is. To have people come stay with us, open arms, you know, no matter who you are. We get along with everyone, and it's, you know, some places you go and you feel like there's that wall there and you can't interact. Southern hospitality, it's like family. You know, no matter who you are, as soon as you walk into that front door, or you know, you're coming to book a trip with us, we're gonna show you a good time and, you know, be right by your side through the whole experience.
So once you get down here to Venice, there's not a whole lot. The housing, the lodging, pretty much has to be self-sufficient. You have to have a place to house your clients, and you have to be able to feed your clients. They run a tight ship down here. Cooks like nobody's business. Savoring. Savoring them? I thought savoring meant like saving a little bit.
When I got this trip, man, I was more than excited to come out here and see it for myself, and it definitely lived up to the expectations and definitely passed them.
He was fortunate enough to win this contest with BD Outdoors, and I really think Andrew enjoyed himself, and we'll be talking about it for a lot of years to come.
Not every day somebody like me gets to come out here and do this, so that was a really cool experience, and I can't thank them enough.
Doing these race 2 trips has really taught us a lot. We really enjoy doing it. It's definitely something we're gonna do for many years to come. You know, and I think one of the things that we've learned is let's switch locations a little more often. Let's do a year here, do a year there. You're gonna see a lot more races too from us. Next year, we're gonna take a lucky winner to Guatemala. It's awesome to expose these people. It's awesome to expose the fisheries and show somebody something new. If you haven't taken somebody new fishing with you, make it happen. Get out of your house, go travel. So easy to get stuck in a rut at home as it relates to fishing. Spend a couple bucks, go see something new, learn something. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.